Law 1. The field of play. The official size of a football field used in top-level competitions like the World Cup, the Champions League, and international matches is exactly 105 meters long and 68 meters wide. The field is always a rectangle, and every line on it, whether it's the boundary, the halfway line, or the penalty box, is clearly marked and no wider than 12 centimeters. The long sides are called touch lines. The short ones, where the goals are placed, are called goal lines. In the middle of the field, there's a halfway line that divides it into two equal halves. Right at the center of that line is a small center mark, and surrounding it is a big circle with a radius of 9.15 meters. This center circle is used to keep defenders away from the ball when the game kicks off or restarts. At each end of the field, there are two key areas, the goal area and the penalty area. The goal area, often called the 6-yard box, is marked by drawing two lines 5.5 meters out from each goalpost and connecting them with a line that runs parallel to the goal line. This is where goal kicks are taken from and where the goalkeeper usually operates. Beyond that, there's the penalty area, which is larger. Two lines are drawn 16.5 meters from each goalpost and extend 16.5 meters into the field before being joined by a line. This is where the goalkeeper is allowed to handle the ball and where penalties are awarded for fouls. Inside this box, there's a penalty spot exactly 11 meters away from the center of the goal. Around that spot, a small arc is drawn, again with a radius of 9.15 meters. This arc shows how far players must stand back during a penalty kick. At each corner of the field, there's a small quarter-circle arc with a radius of 1 meter. This is the area where the ball must be placed for a corner kick. Every corner also has a flag post at least 1.5 meters tall. Some stadiums also place optional flag posts along the halfway line outside the field. All these measurements and markings are designed to make sure that every professional match is played on a field that is consistent, fair, and familiar to players at the highest level. Law 2. The ball. The ball must always be a perfectly round sphere. It is made from suitable material, synthetic leather or similar, and must weigh between 410 and 450 grams at the start of the game. By official measurement, the circumference must be no less than 68 centimeters and no more than 70 centimeters, which is roughly 27 to 28 inches. The ball is inflated to a pressure between 0.6 and 1.1 atmospheres at sea level, equivalent to about 8.5 to 15.6 pounds per square inch. For top-level international matches organized by FIFA or continental confederations, the ball must carry a FIFA quality mark, either FIFA Quality Pro, FIFA Quality, or International Match Standard. That seal confirms the ball has passed tests for weight, roundness, materials, bounce, water resistance, pressure retention, and more. If the ball becomes defective during play, for instance, it bursts or loses shape, the referee stops the match and restarts it with a dropped ball at the exact point where the original ball became unusable. If the defect occurs during a restart, such as a goal kick, corner, free kick, throw-in, or penalty, the restart is retaken. The ball cannot be changed without the referee's permission, though additional approved balls may be placed around the field for convenience. The reason for such precise specifications is consistency. Using balls with uniform size, weight, pressure, and quality ensures that matches at the highest level aren't influenced by inconsistent or low-quality equipment. The quality mark system, mandatory in major competitions, ensures each ball performs to the same standard and meets rigorous testing criteria. Law 3. The players. Each team must field exactly 11 players on the pitch, and among them, one must be a goalkeeper. Matches cannot start unless both teams have at least 7 players. If a team drops below 7 players during the match, the referee may end the game. Teams are allowed to make up to 5 substitutions during regular time, using up to 3 substitution opportunities. If extra time is played, 1 additional substitution opportunity is allowed. Substitutions made at halftime or before extra time do not count against those opportunities. A player who has been substituted off cannot return to play during the same match. The only exception is in youth, veterans, disability, or grassroots competitions. If the competition specifically allows return substitutions and has been approved by the governing body, competitions may now use additional permanent concussion substitutions. Those are substitutions made when a player is suspected of having a head injury. They do not count toward the regular substitution limit. Competitions choose whether to adopt this option and follow a specific protocol. Each team must have a captain on the field who wears an identifying armband. The captain has no special playing privileges, but carries responsibility for team behavior. Some competitions may apply a guideline that only the captain may approach referees to discuss decisions to reduce dissent. If substitutes, Substituted or sent off players or officials touch the ball after it has left play without intent to interfere, play is restarted with an indirect free kick awarded to the opposing team. A substitute or player who delays leaving the field when replaced may receive a second warning or a red card, and the substitution is not completed. If sent off, the team is not allowed to reduce its number of substitutions. Every substitution must occur during a stoppage in play with the referee's permission. The outgoing player must leave the field before the incoming player enters, and the substitute enters at the halfway line only. If entered incorrectly, the substitute can be cautioned. These provisions on player numbers, substitutions, and captain behavior aim to balance fairness, player safety, and discipline across all levels of professional football. Law 4. Players' equipment. Every player must wear 5 essential items: a shirt with sleeves, shorts, socks, shin guards, and proper football boots. The shin guards must be fully covered by the socks and made of safe, durable material to protect the lower legs. Shirts and socks must match team colors, and all players on a team must wear the same kit. Goalkeepers must wear a different color from everyone else on the field, including other players and referees. This helps everyone instantly recognize who is allowed to use their hands inside the penalty area. Jewelry is not allowed under any circumstances, even if covered by tape. This includes rings, bracelets, necklaces, and earrings. Players are checked before kickoff and must remove anything dangerous. The same goes for any equipment the referee considers unsafe. A team captain must wear a visible armband to identify their role. It doesn't give special authority, but it helps the referee manage the game. These rules ensure player safety, clarity, and fairness across all matches. Law 5. The referee. A single referee controls the entire match with full authority to enforce the laws of the game from the moment they step onto the field until after the final whistle. Their decisions on all matters connected to play, such as goals scored, restarts, and misconduct, are final and must be respected. The referee enforces the laws and exercises discretion based on both the letter and the spirit of the game. They act as timekeeper, signal the start and end of each period, manage any added time, and keep a detailed record of the match, including goals, disciplinary actions, and any incidents before, during, or after the game. The referee is supported by assistant referees, a fourth official, and, at high levels, video officials under VAR protocols. They coordinate with these officials to make sure decisions, especially for offside, fouls, substitutions, or disciplinary incidents, are handled accurately. The referee remains the final decision maker, with authority to overrule any assistant official. The referee also applies the advantage rule. If a team breaks the rules but the non-offending team retains a clear advantage, play continues. If the advantage doesn't materialize quickly, the referee returns to penalize the original offense. Disciplinary sanctions, yellow cards for cautionable offenses, and red cards for send-offs, are administered by the referee at their discretion. This can happen before kickoff, during halftime, extra time, or penalty shootouts. Team officials, such as managers or coaches, can also be cautioned or dismissed under this rule. Referees may use communication equipment like headsets, but they must not wear any jewelry or unauthorized electronics on the field. This restriction helps maintain safety and professionalism. A new rule starting next season gives referees the power to enforce an 8-second rule for goalkeepers holding the ball. After 5 seconds, a visible countdown begins. If the goalkeeper still holds the ball beyond 8 seconds, the defending team is awarded a corner kick instead of an indirect free kick. This change is meant to discourage deliberate time wasting and speed up play. Trials across competitions showed strong compliance with few corners actually awarded. These responsibilities and powers ensure the referee manages the game fairly, safely, and in line with the laws and the spirit of football. They maintain the flow, enforce discipline, and preserve the integrity of every match. Law 6. The other match officials. The referee is supported by a team of match officials who help enforce the laws of the game, but the referee always remains the final decision maker. 2 assistant referees patrol the touchlines, running in line with the second-last defender so they can judge offside and signal when the ball goes out or which team should restart. They also assist with substitutions if there's no fourth official, and may enter the field at dead ball situations to enforce the 10-yard distance. A fourth official stands beside the field managing the technical areas. They supervise substitutions, check equipment, handle replacement balls, display added time at the end of each half, and monitor behavior from coaches and staff. If needed, this official can replace an assistant or even the referee. At high levels, off-field video officials, VAR and AVAR, are used to review clear and obvious errors involving goals, penalties, direct red cards, or mistaken identity. VAR can pause play via communication with the referee and suggest a review. The AVAR supports by monitoring technology and recording incidents. These officials collectively help the referee maintain control, ensure accuracy, manage time and misconduct, and streamline match operations, all while obeying the spirit and letter of the game. Law 7. The duration of the match. A standard competitive football match is played over two equal halves of 45 minutes each unless the referee and both teams agree beforehand, typically in youth or special formats, to shorten them. The referee is the official timekeeper, using continuous running time that does not stop even when play is paused. Between the two halves, players are entitled to a halftime break of up to 15 minutes, which allows rest and refreshments. In extra time, competitions may allow a short drink break between periods if specified in their specific rules. The referee adds additional time at the end of each half to compensate for time lost during that half. This includes injuries, substitutions, substitution delays, intentional time wasting, disciplinary actions like cards, medical stoppages, cooling breaks, VAR reviews, and lengthy goal celebrations. The referee tracks all incidents and determines how much to add to the official time. Added time is announced by the fourth official and displayed publicly at the end of each 45-minute period. The actual amount may be slightly increased if needed, but cannot be reduced once announced. These timing rules ensure both structure and fairness. They balance uninterrupted play with allowances for stoppages, keeping the game flowing while maintaining integrity. Law 8. The start and restart of play. A match restarts with a kickoff at the beginning of each half and after a goal is scored. A coin toss decides who either takes the first kickoff or chooses which goal to attack. The team that doesn't start the match takes the second half kickoff after the team swap ends. At kickoff, the ball must be stationary on the center mark. All players, except the kicker, must be inside their own half. The opponent team must also remain at least 10 yards away until the referee's signal. Once the whistle is blown and the ball is kicked and clearly moves, play resumes. The kicker is not permitted to play the ball again until another player has touched it. A goal can be scored directly from this kick, but if the ball goes all the way into the kicker's own goal without touching anyone else, the restart becomes a corner kick. The dropped ball replaces older contested drop ball procedures. Now, if play is stopped and no other law specifies how to restart, the referee reinstates it by dropping the ball to one player. If the stoppage occurred inside the penalty area or the ball was last touched there, it is dropped to the defending team's goalkeeper. Outside the area, the ball goes to a player from the team that last had possession, or to the team that clearly would have gained it. All other players must stay 4 meters away until the ball touches the ground, at which point play resumes. If the ball leaves the field before touching the ground, or if someone prematurely touches it, the drop is retaken. These procedures ensure every match restart, whether starting a half, resuming after a goal, or managing unexpected stoppages, is conducted fairly and consistently under the laws of the game. Law 9. The ball in and out of play. The ball is out of play when it has completely crossed either the goal line or touchline, whether on the ground or in the air. It also becomes out of play if the referee stops play for reasons such as fouls, injuries, misconduct, or the end of a period. If the ball touches a match official, stays on the field, and leads to a promising attack, a goal, or a change in possession, play is restarted with a dropped ball rather than the match continuing. At all other times, including when the ball rebounds off the goalposts, crossbar, corner flag, or a match official and stays in the field, the ball is still in play and players may continue. When play stops without a specific restart rule to apply, the referee will restart the match with a dropped ball. If this happens inside the penalty area, or the ball was last touched there, it is dropped to the goalkeeper of the defending team. Otherwise, the ball is dropped to a player from the team that last had possession, or to the team that would clearly have gotten the ball had play continued. All other players must stay at least 4 meters away until the ball touches the ground and play resumes. If the ball is touched prematurely or leaves the field before touching the ground, the drop ball is retaken. No goal can be scored directly from a dropped ball until it touches at least 2 players. These rules define exactly when the ball is considered live or dead and ensure that restarts happen in a fair, consistent way across all levels of professional football. Law 10. Determining the outcome of a match. A match's outcome is decided by the number of goals each team scores during the normal playing time. The team with more goals is declared the winner. If both teams score the same number, the result is a draw. When regulations call for a winner, such as in a knockout cup tie, extra time is played. Extra time consists of 2 equal periods, most often 15 minutes each. The teams may make 1 additional substitution opportunity during extra time, without increasing the total number of changes allowed during regular time. If the match is still tied after extra time, the outcome is determined by a penalty shootout, where each team alternately takes 5 spot kicks. If still tied, sudden death kicks follow until one team scores and the other does not during a pair of kicks. Only players on the field at the end of extra time are eligible to take part, unless tournament rules specify otherwise. Certain competitions use the golden goal, or silver goal concept in rare cases. In golden goal, the first team to score during extra time wins immediately. In silver goal, the team leading at the end of the first extra half wins. These methods are no longer widely used and have been abandoned in almost all international and elite-level competitions. Abandoned matches may result in reschedules, forfeit decisions, or disciplinary actions, depending on competition rules and context. A team may be declared the winner if the opposing side is found to be at fault, or the match may be replayed. The referee notes such incidents and timing in the match report. These procedures ensure that winners are determined clearly and fairly, whether by goals, extra time, or shootout, while respecting the requirements of competition formats. Law 11. Offside. A player is in an offside position if they are in the opponent's half, and any part of their head, body, or feet is closer to the opponent's goal line than both the ball and the second-to-last defender. Arms and hands are not considered when determining offside position. Simply being in that position doesn't constitute an offense on its own. An offside offense only becomes relevant when, at the moment a teammate plays or touches the ball, that player is involved in active play. This can happen in several ways: by playing or touching the ball, interfering with an opponent's ability to play or see the ball, attempting to play the ball near them and affecting their play, or by gaining advantage from being in that position, such as playing a rebound or deflected ball. No offense is committed if the ball comes directly from a deliberate play by an opponent, including a deliberate handle of the ball, unless the opponent deliberately saved it. In that case, an attacker can still be penalized if they are in an offside position when they become involved. There is no offside offense if the ball is received directly from a goal kick, corner kick, or throw-in, even if the player is in an obviously advanced position. When an offside offense occurs, the referee awards an indirect free kick to the defending team from the spot where the infringement occurred, even if that spot is in the attacker's own half. At the elite level, semi-automated offside systems are increasingly used. These rely on synchronized high-speed cameras and player tracking sensors to pinpoint the exact moment the ball is kicked and the position of players down to the millimeter. The system supports VAR in making more accurate and faster decisions. A new concept under trial is called the daylight rule. Under this proposal, an attacker must be visibly ahead, not just level, to be flagged offside. If any part of their head, body, or feet is exactly level with the last defender, they would be considered onside. This change is intended to reduce marginal decisions but is not yet adopted in official laws. The offside rule exists to discourage players from gaining an unfair positional advantage and ensure balanced attacking play. It promotes fairness, maintains the challenge for attackers, and preserves the structure of the game. Law 12. Fouls and misconduct. A direct free kick is awarded when a player commits certain types of offenses against an opponent: kicking, tripping, jumping at, charging, striking, pushing, or tackling without playing the ball, or handling the ball deliberately, except for the goalkeeper, in their own penalty area. These actions must be careless, reckless, or done with excessive force to be penalized. A penalty kick is awarded if any of these direct free kick offenses occur inside the offender's own penalty area. The punishment serves to discourage serious fouls near the goal, where they can significantly impact the match outcome. An indirect free kick is awarded for less severe infractions: playing in a dangerous manner, impeding an opponent without contact, preventing goalkeeper from releasing the ball, or when a goalkeeper touches the ball again with their hands after releasing it without another player touching it. The referee signals an indirect free kick by raising their arm until the kick is taken and the ball moves. If a player commits a serious offense, using excessive force, violent conduct, denying a clear goal-scoring opportunity, spitting at someone, or using offensive or insulting language, they receive a red card and are sent off immediately. A yellow card is issued for less severe misconduct, such as reckless tackles, dissent toward match officials, persistent infringement of the rules, delaying restarts, or entering or re-entering the field without permission. Misconduct by team officials, coaches, or substitutes is handled similarly. They can receive yellow or red cards for misconduct and may be required to leave the technical area. More serious offenses like aggressive behavior or racial abuse are reported by the referee and may result in further action from governing bodies. If the match is stopped due to serious misconduct or unsuitable conditions, the referee notes the time and reason, and play may restart with a dropped ball or another method once safe. These foul and misconduct rules aim to protect players, maintain respect for officials, keep the match safe, and ensure that serious or repeated offenses carry meaningful consequences. Law 13. Free kicks. Free kicks are awarded when play is stopped for fouls or rule infractions. There are two types: direct and indirect free kicks. A direct free kick can result in a goal if the ball goes directly into the net without touching another player. It is awarded for serious fouls such as kicking, tripping, pushing, or handling the ball deliberately. If a direct free kick offense happens inside a team's penalty area, the opposing team gets a penalty kick instead. An indirect free kick requires the ball to touch at least two players before a goal can be scored. It is given for less aggressive offenses, including dangerous play without contact, obstructing an opponent without playing the ball, or when a goalkeeper handles the ball again after releasing it without another player touching it. The referee signals this by raising an arm high and keeps it raised until the kick is taken and the ball moves. For both kinds of free kicks, the opposing team must stand at least 9.15 meters, 10 yards, away from the ball until it is kicked. If the wall forms closer, the referee may signal a retake or advance the defense to the correct distance. If a free kick is kicked backwards or sideways, it must leave its own half before an offside offense can occur. The kicker cannot touch the ball again until another player has done so. At professional matches, officials use guidance from VAR during free kicks to check clear and obvious errors in decisions. The direction players line up, encroachments, and whether a foul truly occurred are all subject to instant replay review. Free kick rules are designed to penalize fouls consistently, protect players, encourage fair restarts, and prevent unfair advantages while balancing the flow of the game. Law 14. The penalty kick. When a direct free kick offense is committed by a defending team inside their own penalty area, the referee awards a penalty kick. The ball is placed on the penalty spot, which is 11 meters from the center of the goal line. All players except the kicker and the goalkeeper must stand outside the penalty area, behind the penalty mark, at least 9.15 meters from the ball, and no closer than the edge of the area. The goalkeeper must remain on the goal line facing the kicker, without moving off it until the ball is kicked. They may move side to side along the line but cannot move forward before the ball is struck. Once the referee blows the whistle, the kicker may take the shot. The ball must be stationary when struck. If the kicker plays the ball twice before it touches another player, the kick is retaken, or an indirect free kick may be awarded to the defending team depending on the outcome. A goal can be scored directly from the penalty kick, provided the ball enters the goal without touching another player. If the ball rebounds off the goalkeeper, the goalposts, crossbar, or goalkeeper's hands, the kicker cannot touch it again until another player has touched it. If the second touch is illegal, play may be stopped and restarted with an indirect free kick. If a player encroaches into the penalty area or the arc before the kick is taken, the kick may be retaken if the kick results in a goal, or an indirect free kick is awarded to the defending team if it does not score. If the penalty kick is wrongly taken, for example, if the goalkeeper moves illegally or the kicker feints illegally, the referee stops play and orders a retake. Serious misconduct during the penalty, like violent behavior or use of offensive language, can result in a caution or dismissal. In elite competitions, VAR is used to oversee penalty situations, checking issues such as goalkeeper movement, encroachment, or mistaken identity. VAR may recommend a review, and the referee can either review the footage on the pitch or accept the recommendation to alter the decision. Penalty kick rules ensure that serious fouls near goal carry fair and decisive consequences, while strictly controlling player positions and behavior to avoid irregular advantages. Law 15. The throw-in. When the ball crosses a touchline, completely over the sideline, it is out of play, and a throw-in is awarded to the opponents of the player who last touched it. The throw-in is taken from the point where the ball left the field. The player taking the throw must face the field of play and stand with both feet on or behind the touchline. They use both hands to deliver the ball from behind and over the head in one continuous motion. The ball must be released while both feet are still touching the ground. All opponents must stand at least 2 meters, approximately 2 yards, away from the point of the throw until the ball is in play. The thrower cannot touch the ball again until another player has done so. If they do, an indirect free kick is awarded to the opposing team. If the throw-in is not taken correctly, such as by not facing the field, using one hand, or taking steps forward, then the opposing team is awarded the throw-in instead. If an obvious error is made, the referee may allow a retake rather than immediately granting the throw to the opponent. A goal cannot be scored directly from a throw-in. If the ball goes directly into the opponent's goal, a goal kick is awarded. If it goes directly into the thrower's own goal, a corner kick is given to the opposing team. These rules ensure throw-ins are taken fairly, consistently, and with minimal disputes, preserving the flow and structure of the game. Law 16. The goal kick. When the ball completely crosses the goal line without a goal being scored, and it was last touched by an attacking player, a goal kick is awarded to the defending team. The kick is taken from any point within the goal area, the small 6-yard box by the goal line. The ball must be stationary and kicked from the ground. All opponents must be outside the penalty area when the kick is taken. Although if a goalkeeper or defender takes a quick restart while opponents are still exiting, play continues provided they do not interfere. The ball becomes in play the moment it is kicked and clearly moves. The kicker cannot not touch the ball again until another player has touched it. If they do, an indirect free kick is given to the opposing team. If the kicker handles the ball deliberately afterward, a direct free kick is awarded, or a penalty kick if the offense occurred inside their own penalty area, except when it was taken by the goalkeeper. In that case, play restarts with an indirect free kick. A goal may be scored directly from a goal kick, but only against the opposing team. If the ball goes directly back into the kicker's own goal without another player touching it, the restart is a corner kick. If any opponent enters or remains inside the penalty area before the kick and then interferes by touching or challenging for the ball, the goal kick must be retaken. Repeated offenses may result in a booking for unsporting behavior. These rules ensure goal kicks are executed fairly, restart play consistently, and balance restarting quickly with preventing unfair advantage. Law 17. The corner kick. When the ball crosses the goal line without a goal being scored and was last touched by a defender, the attacking team is awarded a corner kick. The ball is placed inside the corner arc, which is a quarter circle with a radius of 1 meter drawn from each corner flag. The player taking the corner must place the ball clearly within the arc. The ball is stationary and then kicked from the ground in any direction. All defending players must stay at least 9.15 meters, 10 yards, from the corner arc until the ball is in play. If a quick corner is taken before opponents are ready, the corner is valid as long as no advantage is gained unfairly. A goal may be scored directly from a corner kick without another player touching it. If the ball goes directly into the kicker's own goal, a corner kick is awarded to the opposing team instead. If the corner is not taken properly by taking too many steps, not placing the ball correctly, or kicking before it is stationary, the referee may require a retake. Deciding whether to allow a quick corner or enforce distance falls under their discretion. At top-level matches, VAR may review corner situations if there's doubt about whether the ball fully crossed the goal line before being touched by a defender, or whether encroachment affected the play. Clear and obvious errors can be corrected according to VAR protocols. These corner kick rules ensure a fair restart from goal line situations, maintain the attacking team's opportunity to create goal chances, and standardize the procedure across all levels of competitive football.